To the next story now. This is Wednesday's Express, and it looks like Scotland might not have to wait too long for another supposedly once-in-a-generation referendum.
Yeah, exactly. So Nicola Sturgeon has announced a route map to a second Scottish independence referendum, despite a fierce backlash to the drive. I mean, it's the last thing Scotland and the UK needs. At the moment, we're still putting everything back together after COVID. But she proposed that, and this is her words, a legal constitutional referendum should be held on October the 19th, 2023.
Is she going to bypass Westminster with this? Because, I mean, they're saying that she would have to get consent.
Yeah, I don't think she can bypass Westminster. I mean, unless there's some massive upsurge in support for it in Scotland, but which I genuinely, I don't think there is. The last one was supposed to be a once-in-the-generation vote, and, you know, this is 9 years on. That's not a generation.
No,
we're not squirrels.
No, there are 9-year-olds in Scotland with kids now.
That is true.
That is a whole new generation.
This is the thing. I mean, Scotland has been such a failure under 14 years of SNP rule. I mean, part of me wants to see it happen just so that all the Scottish nationalists, all those bigoted, they're like little Englanders, but for Scotland.
You can't stand the SNP. Whenever you get onto the SNP, the air turns ugly.
I think the rest of the UK should get a vote in it. But a part of me wants to see the absolute bin fire that Scotland would be under an SNP government without being constantly bailed out with £15 billion of Westminster's money every year.
Well, since we've got onto your bugbear, Leo, I'm going to get onto one of Josh's now, because Sturgeon says that she wants Scotland to be, and in fact the question on the ballot is going to be, should Scotland be an independent country? But this is the party that want to take them back into the EU.
Yeah, so that's the excuse that she's using. I mean, she said here, and you'll be pleased to know that I've been working on my accent.
Oh, you're going to do a Scottish accent? Right, brace yourselves, everyone, because...
Scotland. The people of Scotland said yes to an independent referendum.
I mean, I don't know what that was, but A for effort, Josh.
Really?
Yeah, A for effort.
I've literally spent all day working on that.
Maybe it's one of those sort of islands in the Outer Hebrides where...
Clear majority of SNPs committed to that outcome.
What is that?
How did that audition go, Josh? You've got to...
It didn't go well.
I mean, two things with this story. I think, in the last referendum, Scots who lived outside Scotland but in the UK, like me, so many Scots live in England or in Wales or in Northern Ireland, they didn't get to vote. So, we should definitely get a say in it, because we're the ones that have left the country and, experienced the UK. So we're the ones that are most informed to know if Scotland should leave the UK. And the other thing, it should be called Skexit. Instead of, having yes to independence is a very positive message. No to staying in the UK.
But why are we so surprised that Nicola Sturgeon wants to go for another referendum? That is the purpose, that's the raison d'etre of the SNP, that's the whole reason it exists. Yeah. And the fact that they are completely dominant in Scottish politics, there's no competition. The Tories are nowhere, Labour are nowhere. Doesn't that suggest, Leo, that there is, in fact, quite an appetite for Scottish nationalism? Really,
the success of the SNP in Scottish politics really shows the power of a single-issue political party, as we saw with the Brexit Party and UKIP. A single-issue political party can really, do incredible things, because you're selling this golden ticket, this golden ticket that'll take you to utopia.
Yeah, but just one second. But the Shadow Secretary of State for Scotland, Ian Murray, did say that he reckons the whole thing's just a strategy to deflect from their massive failings in government, and I think that's a pretty good idea, and I think maybe Boris should be the next person to hold a referendum.
For English independence.
Yeah, exactly. Deflect away.